Alright, so today we're going to check the calibration on these coolant temp sensors. So yesterday I said that they were kind of really off-ish. So I've got my thermometer here, and these aren't super accurate, but as long as we can get it close enough. So according to this, the car is 26 degrees on the intake air temp. So here we have 30. So it's a little off. To be expected. It's not going to be perfect. Sensors wear, whatever. These aren't exactly known for the best accuracy, but we just want to get it close. So now that we've got that, I'm going to shittily install the alternator back in real quick. We'll start the car and we'll let it run in idle, and then we'll check it periodically. So what you're actually supposed to do is you're actually supposed to remove the sensors and you measure the resistance of them based off of X temperature. So with the standalone, we can technically cheat it. So what we're going to do is look at the temperatures real time. So what we'll do is take a look at that. So we'll take a look at that, and then we'll basically fudge factor it to get it in the ballpark. If we can't get this to work, we're just going to have to replace the sensors. One thing I do want to note is that on Hondas, the intake air temp sensors and the intake manifold, this is not the best place to put it. This is actually a really bad place to put it. The reason is that they heat soak like crazy. So what happens is you'll shut the car off after driving it for an hour, and you'll go back and key it on. This temperature will be abnormally high because it's heat soaked. So that's why if you look at any standalone install, they want you to move the IAT temperature sensor to the charge pipe before the throttle body, so it's more accurate. But whatever, we're working with what we got. So the next thing we're also going to do is see what our cold start is going to be like. I would figure that it's going to be pretty crappy, but let's see what we get. Huh. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's thoroughly not happy, but could use a bit more cold start enrichment. Alright, so it took a ton more of warm-up enrichment than what I like, so that tells me the fuel table's off. But I know the fuel table is going to be off because I don't have the right injector data. So it is what it is. Until we can get injectors with known data, that's all we can really do for now. Another thing too is that this fuel is really old. The car has been here for like almost a year now. So I do know that the fuel's really old. So that's why, like, when you're making these adjustments, I just make whatever just to get it some run right, because I know the moment that we actually get some good fresh gas in here, this is all going to change. So the car's been sitting running for about an hour or so, maybe 30 minutes. But IAT is 56, we got 63 here. Coolant temp we got 83. So coolant temp is on point. So it's pretty close. I would say that it's accurate. So let's call that good. So we've had it running for a while. Temperature's pretty close, like it's 1 or 2 degrees off. That's to be expected, just because we're not measuring the actual sensor. So it's pretty damn close. We've got fans working as they should be. They come on and off. So fans should be coming on here any second now that we've hit 90 degrees, and you'll hear the idle come down. So the fans obviously are running. Idle's dipping down pretty bad. Could be because it's obviously too lean here, but remember, we don't have an idle valve, so I can't adjust for it. So we'll bring the fuel up and see if we can find a happy medium for it. I may have to do what's called like a math channel, is what it's called, to get it all set up. But we got that working. Closed loop lambda is kind of working, not perfect, but it is working. Alright, so we got the flex fuel sensor mounted. This is it right here. This is from the ECU Masters kit that he bought. That, again, we're not using their ECU, but we're using their sensors, which is okay. He initially made a AN line already, and so what I ended up doing was just moved it from here, which is the damper, to the flex fuel sensor. So this hose is a little bit on the long side that he's gonna just have to come back, and I'll let him deal with it. And then from there I did a 180 to push lock hose to a 60° here, and that's essentially what we have there as far as flex fuel goes. So right now we're working with Keith over at Fuel One Labs, just waiting for him to get back to us on some injectors for this thing, and hopefully we can get that all situated by day's end and get these injectors running to us. Alright, so we're cleaning up some wiring. The OBD1 to OBD2 alternator connector showed up. We haven't tested it yet though, because you just never know. The next big thing for me was the main relay was acting all up, so I hardwired 2 relays into the old main relay wiring. So I bought like this sweet main relay to regular relay wiring here, and so I'm going to make odds or end of it. But so we've got that, and that's basically about it. So we're kind of at that point. So what's all left is wiring up the flex fuel sensor, the boost controller, and then wait for the new injectors to make it, and then we should be ready to move forward.